Hey y'all, iRick Sky here, back again with another DJI Neo video. And within this video I want to talk about DJI Neo complaints so far. What have I discovered while using my DJI Neo that I don't like? And I'm gonna, like all my videos, unfiltered, not scripted. I'm not part of a multi-channel network. I'm an independent YouTuber, so I can say or do whatever I want to on my channel without my hand or my voice being steered in whatever direction that an agency wants me to go. So a lot of people are like, man, you're just a DJI fanboy, you know. Actually, I like DJI, but I'm not a DJI fanboy. I have used a ton of other drone brands. Subscribe to my channel, check out all my older drone videos, and you'll see I've been around the block with drone brands. But you'll probably see after watching my thousands of drone videos that DJI consistently has been solid. And that's not because I'm a DJI fanboy. It's just because, well, they're number one in the drone market. So let's talk about DJI Neo. What do I not like about the DJI Neo so far? Well, I'm going to talk about what I like as well. I like that it's USB-C. USB-C is in Charlie for charging. Also, you may not know this, but if you're using Final Cut Pro 10 like I do, you can plug a USB-C into this, power on your drone while Final Cut Pro 10 is up, and import your videos. And I'll show you that in a separate video, but that's really nice. One thing that and this isn't a hard dislike, this is a casual dislike, a dislike that doesn't really matter, but it's worth mentioning because it could be deemed a dislike by many. It could be a deal breaker for a lot of people. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I'll call it, well, okay, it's a dislike, because that's what this video, what are things that I not like about DJI Neo, but let's refer to it politely as an opportunity for improvement. One thing that DJI did right with DJI Neo, they put they built in storage. So, you know, with other DJI drones, you got to use a micro SD card, and you can choose among various micro SD card sizes. With DJI Neo, it's got built in, I think it's 25 gigs, I'd have to check in my app. It's a larger capacity built-in storage than you'll find with, say, the current iteration of DJI Mini, and I think DJI, the Mavics, I think they may even have a small amount of built-in storage. So it's up from that. I think, like I said, I think it's around 25 gigs. Even at 4K 30, it's more than enough storage to be usable, but if somebody's out in the field and they've got multiple batteries, they're going to have to take into account that they're going to have to transfer those videos off of the built-in storage at some point to their device before they can record more, because the 25 gigs will inevitably become full. Not a problem for me, not a problem for my use case, but if you're used to going in and as one SD card, micro SD card becomes full, popping in another, at least this iteration, the first iteration of DJI Neo, does not have a micro SD slot. So you're stuck to using the built-in storage, which again for me is fine, but for you may not be. So take that into consideration. You know, you will need a way, if you're using multiple batteries, you're out in the field, you will need a way to download the videos either to your phone, assuming your phone has enough storage, or optimally maybe you've got your laptop, in my case my Mac laptop, have it in the field and send it to that. But that would be an opportunity for improvement. How would introducing a micro SD card in a future DJI model, DJI Neo model, I mean, surely that wouldn't increase the cost, and if so, by how much? And surely it wouldn't increase the weight a considerable amount, and if so, by how much? So I think I admire that DJI included a larger built-in capacity, and that's nice. I don't have to fumble with a micro SD card. But one of two things: they should have included even more capacity, because storage right now is somewhat affordable. So they could have at least included 64 gigs, optimally 256 or 512, because you get to that point, most people aren't even going to have to worry about it. But it's more than enough to be used in the field, but it's not enough to where if you're using multiple batteries and you expect to record, especially if you're using 4K 30 resolution, which consumes a little bit more storage, you know, you would hit a point to where you'd have to offload from the device. Minor gripe. This does not have obstacle avoidance. I like obstacle avoidance because I am the drone evangelist. Always practice and preach safe and responsible drone use. But that's why I like obstacle avoidance. It's not because I need it. Because I've been flying drones since Phantom 1. Not to sound arrogant, but I know what I'm doing, and I'm confident with my piloting skills. But for people that may be new to the hobby, obstacle avoidance is a good thing because it may, not guaranteed, but it may better prevent the drone from crashing into something in a safe and responsible location. So the fact that obstacle avoidance is an option is a positive. At least on this version of DJI Neo, obstacle avoidance is not a feature. Again, not a problem for me, but something I wanted to point out because there are people that may create dislike of the DJI Neo. The reality is that even drones that have obstacle avoidance, to be safe and responsible, the drone pilot should never assume that obstacle avoidance exists. It's kind of like an airbag in a car. Yeah, an airbag in a car exists in a lot of cars, but you don't want to go out and intentionally have a wreck to see if the airbag works. I mean, it may not. Same with obstacle avoidance. If you know, it may work, it may prevent a major incident from occurring, but don't assume that it's there, just to be safe. So that's another comment. The noise. Check out my separate video. How loud is DJI Neo? How noisy is DJI Neo? I think that due to the small size and lightweight nature of this drone, and it's got 4 propellers. Each propeller has 3 blades, so 3 times 4 is 12. So there's 12 blades spinning around in here. They're smaller, the drone's smaller, so you'll notice, especially if you've flown other DJI drones, you'll notice that this has a very, and it's not an offensive buzz, but the best way to say it, it has a very sharp buzziness, a very sharp buzzing sound to it. It's a higher, I guess the technical term would probably be a higher pitched buzzing sound while it flies. Not that it's a problem, but you know, things that people may dislike about the DJI Neo. Other things that people may dislike. This is a very small and very lightweight drone. That's how it was developed. I mean, it's intended to be very small and very lightweight. So some people may dislike it and be like, man, I wish I could get a little bit better video quality, or I wish I could fly it in a little bit more significant wind. Well, those aren't fair dislikes, because if that is somebody's desire, then they should consider one of the larger DJI drones. So you can expand this video's description and click the links there to find all the drones. But that's, in my opinion, an unfair dislike. If I run into any things that I dislike about the Neo, subscribe, ring that bell, stay tuned, because I'm going to share it here in an unfiltered fashion. I mean, people are like, man, you're just DJI fanboy. I'm not a DJI fanboy. Yes, I like DJI drones, but if there's a problem with the DJI drone or any other brand of drone that I'm flying, I'm going to vocalize it. I'm not a fanboy, so I got to sweep that under the rug. No, not at all. I do want to point out the thermals of this. That could have been catastrophic. The thermals of this drone, I haven't noticed an extremely warm body like I've gotten with the mini series. Those, if you start them up and don't start flying somewhat immediately, they will probably overheat while they're sitting on the landing pad to take off. With this, I haven't noticed the rapid temperature increase, and that's not a problem with the other mini series of drone, because once they're flying, the air, you say air cooled, the air is cooling it, so it's by design. But this, I haven't noticed getting as warm as quickly as, say, the DJI Mini. So I mean, they've done a good job. I wish I could complain. Now, one thing that is nice, obviously, the battery. You pop it out, you can put in a different battery, you can carry multiple batteries into the field, but it snaps in with a very reassuring snap sound and also a reassuring tactile feel. So they've done things right. The ability to control this with an app only, which is what I do, is great, because I don't have to deal with a controller. I just put this in my case. I've got my drone case. I mean, right now I've just got the one battery. I could purchase some more batteries and put them up here if I wanted to, but I mean, it's small, it's lightweight, it's convenient. You can throw it in a pack or whatever with a bunch of other stuff, and it's so small and so lightweight that it's convenient to carry around with you. So those are the things right now that I dislike about the DJI Neo. And even though they're dislikes, they're not, for me, they're not really dislikes. But to be fair for my audience, I wanted to point out my DJI Neo dislikes, because for you they may be a definite dislike. For me, they're more or less observations, some of them being opportunities for improvement. You know, the absence of a micro SD card, for example. So tell me what you think within the comment section below. Subscribe, ring that bell, and check out all of my DJI Neo videos. And like always, I'll remind everyone I am the drone evangelist, and I always practice and preach safe and responsible drone use. And what I encourage everyone to do: be your own drone evangelist. Practice and preach safe and responsible drone use. Because if we don't do this as drone hobbyists, this drone hobby may cease to exist, and that would be catastrophic. Thanks for your viewership. Be sure to subscribe, ring that bell when you do. And as a reminder, expand this video's description and click the links there to find where we order the DJI Neo, various accessories, and other drones too. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Irix Guy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.